Oh, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tuesday, November 23rd, 2021. It is 5:03 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are going to drink some coffee and talk some stocks. I do this video every morning, usually between 4 and 5 a.m. is when I start. Sometimes it's a little bit later than that, but then I take that video and I put it straight out to the people in the email chain and onto Discord. They're usually looking at this between 7 and 8 o'clock in the morning. Uh, so it gives everybody plenty of time to watch it and then, you know, make some choices or set up a watch list for what to look for today. Uh, to the rest of the world, I put it out around 1 or 2 or 3 o'clock or sometimes the next day if I forget. But the point of this is a watch list. This is not a list of things to buy. Some of these stocks are things, if you actually watch the video, it will say, I'm curtailing it because I believe it's about to crash, and if you're in it, get out. So apparently, people, what they've been doing since I put the deals down in the bottom that have the hashtags for the stocks or whatever, they think that that's the actual watch list, and that I'm saying that any stock in that bottom thing is going to run, and that's not the case. There's a lot of times, like I have four today: NIO, PLTR, PYPL, and SQ. They're getting ready to tank, and I'm actually doing a warning on them because of they're getting play elsewhere. But anyway, so that is what we do. If you're interested in getting these videos the minute I put them out via email or getting into the live Discord where we trade, follow the link below. It is to what Fiverr calls a gig. Fiverr is a middleman organization, and what they do is you say, okay, I want to try this guy out. You give him the money. You give Fiverr the money. They hold it until such time you are satisfied that I am not a scam. And then, you say, yeah, he's doing what he said he's going to do, and they release the money to me. So it protects you, it protects me, keeps everybody happy. So anyway, if you're interested in that, link is in the description. So let's move on from there. Uh, the Nasdaq just absolutely cratered yesterday, uh, and I mean, there's so much stuff that's just in bad shape right now. And as you look at these charts, you know, come on, change. My computers are running staggeringly slow today. That's nice. Uh, we see all these things at these highs, right? Well, what happens once we get to highs, guys? You're going to have a pullback, and there is a pullback coming. But yesterday, the Nasdaq just literally dropped on its face, and honestly, the SPY dropped on its face yesterday too. See, we're looking at these at weekly charts, so you actually, I guess I tried to show them in the wrong light, but wow, I'm just staggered with how well these internet's running today. I have two tin cans in a string out here for my internet. So yeah, it's loads of fun when nothing works. Anyway, especially when you're doing like an internet video. That'll make the live stream so much fun today. Anyway, so the reason why things tanked yesterday, I mean, even the SPY tanked at the end of the day yesterday, and the reason for that is idiot Poopy Pants Joe decided that he was going to leave the same idiot that he put in charge of the Fed chair in charge, which this asshat's already come out and said, hey, we're gonna next year we're gonna raise interest rates because here we have the last 4 years of the SPY with unprecedented growth. I mean, it is up. I can't even remember. It's up well over 100% of where it was found at the end of the Obama administration, and some things were changed, and wow, look where we're at, where we've never been before, and if why would you continue with that policy? Why wouldn't you do something the exact fucking opposite and see if we can't destroy it? Uh, so, uh, Poopy Pants was supposed to, there was a lady that he was going to nominate that had said, uh, well, raising interest rates would be stupid, and why would we do that? And, that was one of his other options, and there was hope and optimism. But as Poopy Pants likes to do, he's destroyed the hope and optimism. So when this new ASSAT, or the current ASSAT, decides to raise interest rates, I could say I'm gonna go with that's when we're gonna come back down to here for the pullback. Hopefully, I mean we're in for a rough ride, but anyway, uh, the fact is we are at a continuous wave 3 high. Now I mean, people say, well, how high do you think this is going to go? No, I couldn't possibly tell you that. Even if you fib that wave 3, we are so far above. The pullback area has got to come back. People say, well, we had a 1-2 here, and in the smaller time frames we have, but on the weekly time frame, we're up here. And as this keeps chugging up, this is going to keep coming down because this spread is relative to each other. So, right now you're looking at the 386 area on the SPY. When this drops, we had this little pullback here a couple weeks ago. I guess it was about a month ago. It was beginning of October. And all the people trying to say, well, this is a big major correction and all. It wasn't. I mean, if you look at it in the overall scheme of things, that was not a correction. This major correction. This major correction. That wasn't a correction. That wasn't a correction. And here's the thing. If this comes down, there's two places this can go. It can come down here, and then it can turn around and go back up. Or, see this trend line right here? I put it there and people, I mean, I actually had people making fun of me because I put that trend line in there. And they're like, oh yeah, like it's going to go down that low. Funny part is, when it hit here, people said that couldn't happen. There is your overall low trend line. It is absolutely possible when they open up interest rates that we're back down in the 180s. You know why I say that? Because if you go, and people say, well, it can't go that low. I will have to make a new chart. Hold on, I will have to make a whole new chart to prove this. All right, through the magic of pause, now I have a whole new chart. This is the 20-year monthly chart of the SPY. So, there's our low trend line, right? Here's the NASDAQ the SPYs, S&P 500. Let's just look at it over the last 20 years. So, we're going to go all the way back to this. 2006, 2007, Obama administration. So Obama administration ran from here to here. Okay. There's the Obama administration. Trump took over in 2016. So we have 2016. He took over right here. We have 2016, 2017, 2018. Major correction. 2019, major correction. So what's happening? Look at how much drastic growth was. So this right here was an interest rate hike. Interest rate hike. Do not think that interest rate hikes, because the first thing Obama did when he came into office was jack up the interest rates, which cratered the market. I mean, you can actually tie this literally to interest rate hikes, period. Uh, and then Obama went, "Oh my God, look what I just did to the internet," but or did to the market and stopped that insanity policy. But interest rates went up, but he did drive up fuel and all that other stuff. Trump, which had two major corrections during his uh, campaign. Now, while he did believe his economic growth policies were fantastic, he did some stupid shit politically, which caused, I mean, all that stuff has the market. And like I said, don't get, this isn't a left right thing. I think they're both idiots. Uh, this is a be smart enough to turn off your political whatever and look at what happens when politicians open their mouth and get diarrhea all at the same time. So do not tell me we can't come down here to this line. That is a trend line, boys and girls. And whether you like it or not, look where, I mean, that is the 200 simple moving average. Look where it is right now. That is the 50 variable moving average. That's 50 periods. This is monthly charts. That is a 50 simple moving average. That's just my normal price pullback window. Do not tell me that it is impossible for us to come down here and hit this trend line. We hit it here, we hit it here. Those are scary marks. It is absolutely possible for us to come back down here to the 180 mark. And this would be, this would be such economic disaster. It's not even funny. But, so this is a absolute warning with your own. I mean, honestly, if we lose half the market, you're going to see other serious problems. So we're not going to be all just that worried about, you know, the market crashing. The whole economy is going to crash, and then you're going to have really, really bad things. And I'm going to be happy that I own a gun store, which brings me to the next thing, which is so as I go through my morning, I got like 8 guys. I go and I check out their videos real quick, and literally at this point, I just go in there and I pull because they do the same thing I do. They put their stock picks at the bottom, and what I do is I pull just all of the things that all these different guys are looking at, and I put them into a watch list, and then I go down through them and make my opinion. So be careful. Oh, excuse me, yawn. Be careful of the people that are jumping on the bandwagon. Like there was so many people talking about LGVN this morning. It wasn't funny, and making all these predictions and talking about LGVN, which we'll talk about it. But here's facts, and you can go back through and look at my coffee and stock videos. We talked about and then inevitably played last Friday on the 19th. I talked about LGVN in the morning, and we were playing it that afternoon. Actually, we played it on the 18th. I talked about it on the 19th because it didn't pop up until later on the 18th. But we played it on the 19th. I talked about it on the 18th. I talked about it on the 19th, and have been talking about it. And I mean, just go look at the coffee and stocks videos. You don't even have to watch them because they're time stamped. You can see me talking about it and where it can go. So it just cracks me up now. There are all these people that we found this and we caught this on the run today, and because it ran 181% yesterday, and we caught this on the run today, and our when people start talking about the things that they talk, go look, because there's one guy. His name rhymes with day trader. I'm not gonna call him out, but yeah. But the day trader was. Oh, I was telling everybody about uh, LGVN. I thought, I look at the videos every day, and I went back and I looked, and sure shit, he hadn't talked about LGVN ever, ever, in the last 2 weeks. But when the videos come up, he's like, "Oh yeah, we've been talking about this, getting ready for it for." No, no, you haven't. But he has figured out that uh, the internet has a very short attention span, and they, 80% or 90% of the people who are watching him are going to go, "Oh wow, well he was talking about it 3 days ago," and never actually look at that information, which is stupid because all his right beside that video is the one from the day before where he didn't say shit about it. Anyway, uh, and him and several other people had. I'm going to rearrange something right now. So of this guy's top 10 pick, I'm going to show you four of them because it wasn't just on his. I want to make that very clear. It wasn't just on his. So because they do not pay attention to Elliott wave, and they really have no technical. Uh, well, if you draw this here and then put a flag on it and balls, because I like balls, uh, this is a good chance that if it goes up, that it could go up, but if it goes down, it could go down. I mean, seriously, this is like their total technical analysis bullshit. The saddest part about this guy is he has like 50,000 people following him, and he trades with a fake money account. It just staggers me. Anyway, so here are his four of his top 10 stock picks. So this is NIO, which is an EV company, and him and a couple other people that I'm guessing are getting their stock picks from him uh, are convinced that now is the time to get in this. Guess what comes after a wave 4 high, wave 5 low? There is the near-term target for NIO. It will come back down here to around $36 overall, and a higher up on the higher time frame. If we go down here to the weekly chart, so we're at a wave 2 high. Now, can this break up? Yeah, that's why we trade the fifth wave and not the second wave or the third wave. But if this plays out, this is a wave 1 low, but a wave 2 high, wave 3 low, wave 4 pullback, wave 5 low. There's no, with all the stuff that's trading in uptrends, there's no reason to get into this. None at all. There's absolutely no benefit of trying to get into trends and play the pullback waves. There's just not. Now, the next thing he talked about was PLTR, and this is a warning on all four of these six. So look at PLTR. This guy, I don't know what his fascination is with PLTR. This stock has been on a crater downtrend, and it's on his watch list every day. Every day. Oh, PLTR is gonna get it. It's gonna get it. It's gonna. And I made fun of him all through these lines as it came down, and finally I just got bored with it, and I was like, all right, this is stupid. It's wasting airtime. But so the worst part about this is he has been. I mean, go if you figure out who he is and go look at the Gay Traders videos. I mean, he every single day for a year he talks about PLTR, and it has just been bump, bump, bump. The worst part about it is he's about to be right, only because on the wave he's at a wave 3 low. So on the daily chart, it's a wave 3 low. So there's going to be a wave 4 pullback. So after a wave 3 low comes a wave 4 pullback, and then a wave 5 low. So I can't give you a target yet because it's going to have to pull back, but it's just going to pull back up into, probably that area right there. We'll call it 23, $24. And then the bottom's going to fall out, and it's coming back down to that $19 range. Every day he talks about this stock. And here in a couple minutes, he's like, man, I knew it was going to go up. But, I mean, PLTR is volatile, and I will give him credit in that he does in his trading strategy short stocks. So if you're short in stocks, this is a great stock to play. I don't short because there's no limit to the amount of money you can lose shorting. It's stupid. Uh, there's just better ways to do it. It's not that you can't make money, but why wouldn't you do it safely? But anyway, yeah, PLTR, that's the next stock he was talking about, how it could go up or it could go down. Well, you know what? It's looking for a bottom, and once it finds a bottom, it's going to pull back, and then the bottom's going to fall out of it again. The next stock that I can't actually remember if it was him or one of the other guys was talking about was PayPal, because of how well PayPal is expected to do in the future. And come on, draw. So we're at a wave 3 low right here. And I don't know why it drew, but it went away. My lovely internet. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Anyway, wave 3 low, you're going to have a wave 4 pullback. And so there's wave 2. This is the wave 3 low. Wave 4 pullback, wave 5 low coming. PayPal is not a product to get into. Now, this is on the 30-minute chart. If we go out here to the daily chart, we're at this massive wave 3 low. We are going to pull back. And now some people say, well, why wouldn't you play this pullback? The reason why you don't play the pullback is, where's it going to stop and turn around? Here's how people get trapped. Everybody says, oh, I'm going to play this pullback, and here's how people get trapped in this. It's something like that right there. You got it in your mind. When you buy a stock, you know where you want to get out of it. That's just the way it is. So this starts to come up, and you say, okay, it breaks $190. I'm getting in. And then it breaks $190, and you say, that's awesome. When it breaks 230, I'm getting out. And you say, okay, and it comes up, 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 and it breaks just into that green arrow, and it starts to turn around. And you say to yourself, oh, well, what it's going to do is this. It's fine. We're going to stay in it right here. Well, when that turns around, and then it starts, drawing one away. You know, you said, man, that 225, that's where I'm taking. It's right below that yellow line where it always goes. And it comes up, and it comes up, and it comes up, and it turns, and it goes, and then it just blank. This is why you do not play upside down Elliott trends, because you can't tell exactly where that target is going to be. And every single trader, when they buy a stock, they have a happy target in their mind. I don't care what it is. I don't care what strategy you run. When that stock goes to go up, you say, man, I'd like to see it get to. Even if that's not a part of your strategy, your brain goes, man, if this goes from 190 to 225, I'm going to score. And you start buying tiddlywinks, or, whatever it is in your mind that you thought that was good. Next one he was talking about was SQ, which is Square. Same deal. Wave 3 low on the daily, wave 4 pullback coming, wave 5 low. Pullback, wave 5 low. This is upside down. It should be green, yellow, red. But this was 5 of his top 10 picks, even on the 30 minutes upside down. Because guess what? It went up a little bit yesterday, and then it started to fall back in after hours. But the reality of this is, do not let people. I mean, I believe in the Elliott wave, and I'm not telling you that the Elliott wave is the only way to play this game. There's plenty of other strategies and stuff that work. Just back check people. I mean, look at their consistency and all that. Do not just take people at their word. Like I said, we're going to talk about LGVN here and its 180% run. Last Friday, I did. LGVN was included in my video. It was included in my video yesterday. We played it last Thursday, because we do things that are live and we play uptrends. I had a guy yesterday, and I'm going to talk about his video, what he asked me about, because I told him that I would show him very happily what It's in overall downtrends. I mean, I don't play those. There's no point. But anyway, enough of the rants and the raving and all that. Just be careful with them four stocks if you're getting into them. NIO, PLTR, PYPL, and SQ, because I'm telling you, while they may start to climb in the near term, the top will fall off and they are going to bottom out. Told you so videos. That brings me to the first. So, gentlemen in my Discord asked me to talk about this. So, this is BABA, Albanian Group. They are in and I've done a lot of research on this. I used to love to play this stock. It is at a wave 3 low. We're going to have a wave 4 pullback and then a wave 5 low. That's just the way it goes. And then he says, well, what about the longer terms? Currently in the longer terms, and I want to, it's at a wave 3 low in the higher time frames. So we had, this is all from older stuff, and on the weekly chart. This is one of them stocks everybody wanted to play. And I don't, it's kind of, I'm guessing, along the lines of the same thing. People were trying to play this, and it has just been in this downtrend. Look at it. It's just, boom, boom, boom. Is that the bottom? No, it's not the bottom. On the daily, this is a daily chart now, which my Zoom quit working. I hate that. Right now we're at a wave 3 low. What comes next? Wave 4 pullback, wave 5 low. Look at the weekly chart. While it is at a wave 5 low on the weekly, there's nothing even remotely signaling a turnaround. Is it a 4-year low? Yeah, almost. Well, now that I have it, let's just go out here and look at the 20-year chart on this thing. We are back down about to where that stock has ended. I mean, at its last major pullback. Could we get down to that 129 mark? Yeah, maybe. There's no point in getting into that until you have some green. Until you get some green candles, and I don't know that green monthly candles are necessarily. Yeah. You know what? One green monthly candle might do that some good, because look at that thing. There is absolutely no red or no green in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. In a year, there has not been a green candle on that chart. I couldn't get into that for anything, any amount of money. That would have been a great put option, you know. But while it may pull back a little bit in the upswing, there's better plays out there. I don't. There's stuff in overall uptrends. I don't see the point in getting in an overall downtrend. So there is my absolute opinion of BABA. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. Let's see, KZR. We played this a couple times last week, and let's go back to the 30-minute chart where I like to talk about stuff. So it is climbing. It did pull back a little bit. It has just been making these beautiful stair steps up. It is on its little pullback, which means it will probably, if it holds true to its trend, up, down, up, down, up. That was a little bit more down, up, down, up, down. It's stair stepping. The only thing about it is, and it may come off the list here pretty quick, 1413. Current price up to 1709. Still 21% in this. But once we get above this 21% mark here, once it gets down to where there's only about 15% left, I'll take it off chart because I, you know, this was like 50%, and now we're down to where there's just that 21% left right here. So if it gets another 5% of that or so out of its way, then there won't be enough left in there to chase for me. But I think this is your last chance to get in this with a nice little 20% kick. This LCID. So this is Lucid. It fell off yesterday, starting at literally at after hours. It's come back down and caught the 50 variable moving average, and it seems like it's turned around there. So, I mean, we got two candles off of it on the 30-minute chart. Looks like it wanted to just come back down and retest that 50 variable moving average, and I can't explain why. Near-term target for Lucid is up there at the 65, 68 mark. On the daily chart, that goes up to 74. So as it works its way up to that, it's in an overall uptrend on the weekly chart. That $65 target goes the whole way up to the 8-hour time frame, and then it switches to that $74 target. So in the near term, LCID is in total uptrend. Getting in it now at 50.48. We gave everybody a nice little kind of a buy the dip window, which leaves 30% in that window right there. Still a nice little pay. This is a grandbaby stop. I trade for my grandbabies, and I have my grandbabies in LCID. And I've been talking about this for a little while now. It's MARA. It turned upside down on the 30-minute, but is still, now we're kind of waiting for a low to find it because of the daily play. I have been waiting for this wave 3 low, wave 4, and everybody's like, why are we talking about this? This is why we're talking about this. So this thing is looking for a bottom, which, be honest with you, the bottom is probably going to be over here where I was drawing on it before. You can see where I made a channel on it way here back in September. But that is realistically going to be the bottom at $44.99, I think. Because, like I said, on the 30-minute, we are looking for a bottom. Look at that right there. It's in that target window. So once we get down to there, which it could pull the whole way back up into the 60s before it gets down. This is not a wave 4 low yet. Once it gets down and it breaks through or bounces off that $44.99 line, this is a massive play up in this overall downtrend. I've been so waiting for this. I've been watching this stock. This thing has been on a watch list for, oh gosh, over a year. I've been waiting for this play. This is going to turn into one of the best swing trades I've ever predicted, in that it has come up, and we had this wave 2, and when I thought that was the wave 3 high, and this was the wave 4 pullback, and I played that run, and this was a beautiful play. I loved it. And it was good money. Well, then it started to pull back, and I got off on it, and then it kept running again. I did not play this run, And then we got up here to this wave 3 high, and it started to pull back, and I'm just been drooling over this because this is 100% play, kids. 44.99, so $45 to 90.66 bottom target. 45 to 90 is 100%. Wanted to make sure. 45 to 90, 100%. Can't wait. Needed to hit bottom, turn around. Obviously, you don't have to, I mean, you needed to get a little traction. So for me, traction is on this play, will be one solid day candle that looks like this. Daily, daily, daily. And once it gets above the haul, which is this line right here, I'm on this stock. Can't wait. Gonna be good play. Train wreck that is AMC. So while we're on the daily, let's just look at the daily. So all you short squeeze guys that are saying it's coming, there it is, $81. That's near-term target. This stock is so far memed out, I wouldn't even be, I'm almost done trying. I mean, the support and resistance on this thing is fabulous, except for that line. I don't know why that there. But if you look at the rest of this, bang, 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 bang. I mean, bang. This is a weird place for it to jump around, though. Down here, the support and resistance on this thing is just, it keeps playing so well on all of its old lines. I don't understand. I mean, it's going to have to do something. And everybody's convinced it's going to rock it. So, I don't know. I'm just watching like everybody else. They are convinced that this has to happen by the end of the year because of short buy cover. We will see. Near term, it's a wave too high. That's wave too high. That means we have to have wave 3 low, wave 4 pullback, wave 5. So now this Elliott could redraw. If this comes up here and breaks through, this could change this to an A, change that to a B, change that to a C, and make that a wave 1 high. So that's why we trade the fifth wave, not the third wave. So we'll see. ENGA, I bought this yesterday morning pre-market at 86 cents. And then, I'm sorry, I put a buy to, I have to say this, I'm kind of pissed off. I put a buy order on this thing, and we were looking at days here. I put it in at 110. You guys can go back and watch my video. I put it in the buy order at 110 for it to run. I don't know what I changed in my Thinkorswim buy order platform. It was supposed to buy when it crossed that line, and it bought it as soon as the market opened because this doesn't trade after hours. And it bought it at 86 cents. That was not my intended entry point. I set my entry at 110, which would have been right here. I wanted it to go up and smack that. So it bought me in at 86 cents. Well, I'm in at 86 cents. I don't have a choice. So now I am waiting on the 30-minute. It's going to go lower. I think. The histogram was about to close, and now it's starting to go back down. So I'm looking for a bottom, and I'm going to cost average this thing. After it cost average, I guess I learned my lesson on buy orders because I used to have it. I could set a buy order, and the minute it crossed that line, it got it because that's how I play it off trade stops. Uh, I don't know what it did, why it did it differently. I can't answer that. But here I am. So now you work your problem. This is what happens when trades go bad. You work your problem. So I'm going to wait until it finds a bottom. And this, boys and girls, is why we do not play trades that are in overall downtrends. We can go the whole way out to the daily chart. We are nice wave 3 high. Here's a wave 4 pullback. We can go out to the weekly chart. We are in wave 3 high and looking for a wave 4 pullback. So I'm not afraid of this trade, even though it went horribly long in the beginning. This is why I play the strategy I do, because now, as if it once it finds its floor, uh, I get we're going up here and it's going to run up, and I mean I'm in at 86 cents with a $2.37 profit or target. I mean that's not hard math. That's not hard math at all. LGVN. So big plays yesterday ran up to $45. Wave 4 pullback, come down to the 50 smooth moving average. Uh, Turning around right now, it's an absolute uptrend. The only thing I'm going to warn people of, the weekly and the daily, it's looking for a high. So you need to be looking for a low to pull back, like on a daily, which means we could come down into that $15 range. Does not mean I'm not going to play it near term. This stock has nothing but growth potential. It is a reasonably new stock as far as in history. Uh, it doesn't have that many weeks on it, but absolutely uncharted territory. It's never been this high. A stock can always go higher, but it can always go higher. But just wait. I mean, play it safe. You start to get serious pullbacks, get off, let it pull back, get back in. Do not, in your mind, set, okay, I want to see this thing. I mean, I really think this stock's going to get to, $100. Because then when it does, if it does start to fall off or something bad happens to it, you know, play it up, trail stop it. When it comes down, hits your trail stop, great. Take your money and walk away. Near term, absolutely going up into that $50 range. Uh, the daily is looking for a high. Once it finds that high, it's going to have to pull back, but then it'll shoot higher. You got that same thing that's going to happen in the weekly. We're going to keep shooting up, we're going to pull back, and then we're going to go up higher. So uh, just don't get caught in it, but play it and make all the money you can the whole way up. Ride it up, starts to pull back, get off. I played this yesterday twice, and I will absolutely admit I got sidetracked and I missed a huge run on it. I got called down to the shop, and that big run just. But I took like 7% off of it first thing in the morning and 11% off of it later on in the afternoon. So did I get to 181%? Nope, but I did okay. Uh, uh, it's the wave 4 pullback, which is odd. I mean, it's funny to me that we are. That's a line I drew. I can't even tell you how long ago. September 24th is when I drew that line. That was an area of support and resistance. So there it is again. Wave 3 high, wave 4 pullback. I would say it will probably run from 134 to 193 would be my guess. Uh, which will leave you 44%. From right here where we're at to right here where we're going is 44%. Nice little play. Or is it a wave too low on the 30-minute? Want to see what happens next. It really doesn't have any structure. It is at a wave 3 or wave 4 low on a daily, but it's now just trying to find structure. These are new numbers for it. It's another one of these stocks that left at $10 mark and now is up here at 18ish where it went. So we are at wave 1 high, wave 2 low. We're looking for wave 3. Want to see a wave 4 pullback so we can figure out what that wave 5 is going to be. Just waiting for some strides on the watch list. People to be careful looking for the top of GameStop. So, big wave 2 run up. Well, what happens after wave 2 run up? Now, could that change and turn that into a wave 1? I guess it could. But with the current wave count on the 30-minute, that is a wave 2 high. We've actually, since I looked at this last, already started coming down. So next you have a wave 3 low, wave 4 pullback, wave 5. I guess I should be using red here, shouldn't I? Doom, 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 doom. So in the near term, this is coming down. GameStop is another one of those ones that I wouldn't guarantee shit because it's meme play, heavy meme play. On the weekly, we got this going on. I'm sorry, daily. We just broke through that big area of resistance that we found. That could be a very good sign. I would like to see a candle close above that 228 mark, or open and close above that 228 mark. See, no, it's important for you guys to understand, and anybody looking at my videos, I play with the Heikin candles. So this candle starts in the middle of the last one. If you change the style of candles to candle trend, you can see that candle actually is above and below. But it gapped. I don't dig those gaps. I like the smooth ones. I want to see a Heikin style candle because it starts in this one. I want to see it. I guess, does it give away a little bit of money? Probably. Is it more secure when it gives you my signals? Yes. So that line is both daily and weekly. Very, very, very important. That 228.29 mark. But the near term scares me. It really does. So I think there's a chance it could be pushed back down. And them first two candles, I'm over an hour into this video. So this was, when I looked at this was green. So here we are. I'm in this stock. So I am. I'm in this stock, and I've cost averaged this thing down twice now and got it to 843. If I was getting, I still, there's no problem. This is overall uptrends in the daily and the weekly. I'm not afraid of this stock. I cost averaged it so I could make more money out of it. People say, well, why didn't you just stay in at 11.11 if you're sure? Why would I? I can add more. I added more here, and I added more actually down here at this bottom thing to get my price down to 843. And so now, once it breaks 843 and it runs to 16, I mean, that's damn near 100% play. If I would have, with that 1581 target, that I absolutely believe we're going to hit, I started out at 11.11, which left me 42%. That's not a bad play. I mean, from here to here is 42%. That's pretty fair, right? Well, when I got in, it went bad and it pulled back. This is where I got in. I thought that was a run up. Now it's pulled back. So I cost averaged it down to where I got it in it, or was in it for at 996. So that left me 59%. So here we are from 59%. That's a better play. Well, it fell off and came down to here. I just cost averaged again, and I got into it at 843. So at 843, now I got 88% in there. So from right here, where I'm at, to here is $8 or 88%. The beauty of cost averaging. This cost averaging is how the big boys play. If the term stop loss is in your vocabulary, you're never going to make it in stock trading. It's time to leave. Look for something, other ways to invest or whatever. But if you stop loss, all you're doing is giving away money. If you play stocks that are in overall uptrends, just like NIO and PLTR and PYPL and SQY, I would never get into them because stocks in overall uptrends, when your trade does go bad, you just wait it out, cost average it down. If you're in a stock that's in an overall downtrend, you're just screwed. EC, this is an EV construction equipment company. We've played it a couple of times. We've been talking about it since last Friday, I think. That's Monday. That was Friday. Yeah. I'd have to look and see when we had it in the videos, but I don't know if it was on Thursday or Friday's video. Anyway, big bang yesterday afternoon. We were actually looking at LGVN when this happened. I didn't play it. I don't know if anybody else did. Stands to reason, once it finds a good solid pullback point, it'll jump again. Overall, on the weekly, this thing has a target of $30.68. So on the weekly, beautiful target up there at 30.68. And now it's starting to chuck some candles into it. So it may be its big weekly push. There is no real structure other than this is a wave 3 low, but it only has to get up. If it breaks that point, that breaks the rules of Elliott, and this will restructure, and that'll become a 1, this will become a 2, and then wave 3 up. So while this is out of sync on the daily, there's such a long time frame before it. See, wicks on candles have a tendency to break the Elliott wave software, and there's actually an option in it to turn the wicking off as to whether I count it. I think it counts normally more accurately with the wicks in there. That's why I leave it on. But it is very feasible to see a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and this be a wave 5 pullback. So this could be a complete new trend. This is easily a wave 3, easily a wave 4, and easily a wave 5, except for some wick somewhere broke the food chain in that. So I'm a little, when I've got time frames on either side of it that say that's not what's going on. Everything, can't rely on software for everything, kids. If you ain't got any common sense and any critical thinking or reasoning skills, you're going to run into a problem. So, got a wave 3 high. We're looking for a wave 4 pullback. It not even 100% sure that's a wave 3 high. It very easily could be on the 30-minute. There's just the stock is absolutely all there. Nothing about this that scares me. Request. Somebody left a message on YouTube video and asked me if I would critique this. So, on the 30-minute, we're at a wave 4 pullback and a wave 5 climb. I've actually looked at this stock a long time ago, waiting for this wave 3 big wave low down here that just happened, that wave 5 low. I mean, I'll show you on the weekly time frame here. And it was funny because when I obviously spent some time on this, but when he said the AQST, or I read it, it didn't ring any bells. But I was drawn on this a while ago. Obviously, the last time I drew on it was back here in September. But it fell out. It's found its new lows. It's up here bouncing off of previous areas of support and resistance. It is at a daily wave 4 low. There's your starting to climb. $6.61 target. I just don't know if that means, I don't know if in the near term there's enough left in it. See, $6.16, that's the same target, isn't it? No, 661 was the daily target. So the daily target, we're sitting here at $6 even right now. And with the 616 near-term target, it's about there. So there's 3% left in this. And then if we go and turn off our little drawy tool and go back out here to the daily, again, we're at $6 and this target is 661. So 10%. Wish I should have been able to do that in my head. There's only 10% left in here. While it is in an uptrend, man, and I think it's doing what you think it should do, or it is absolutely in an uptrend. There's not enough money in it for me to play, but that's my opinion on AQST. And it's going to be today's hot runner. So it will probably be today's quick hit. But if it doesn't do it before open a business. So it popped up, ran to wave 3 high, wave 4 pullback. It's still pulling back on the 30-minute time frame. The only fear of this is it's weekly upside down. But it's also at all-time lows. So, that's counted different. Isn't that interesting? This is a wave 1 low and it's a wave 3 low on, what's the difference between my 3-year weekly and a 4-year weekly? Okay, that's the difference. Because the start points are different. I keep tweaking my charts to get Elliott waves to draw right. So either way, that's got it as a wave 1. This one's got it as a wave 3. either one of those weekly charts break, well, that wave one's a new wave one. Wave one can go just up. The wave three is going to have to break. Yeah, if it breaks that level right there at 33.35, that will change that one into an A and make the new one a one, wave one high. So that's my only concern about this stock as I looked at it first thing this morning. But it is on the super scanner as a super high unusual volume. And this thing is probably going to be my quick hit for today because I think this thing's going to just jet and rocket. And it's a therapeutics company. It's trading higher after circulation of Zach's small cap report. Research note gave it a $10 target, $9 target. So may just be worth jumping on. Definitely going to be my quick hit for the day. All systems go. I mean, there's nothing holding that stock down. Nothing at all. Wave 4 pullback. Wave 5 target up there of great charting all the way out. It is upside down on the daily, but there's no structure on the weekly, and the daily can easily change. That 1644 targets the whole way out to the 8 hour though, so I think that daily chart will probably recount. TC, this ran a little bit yesterday, pulled back. Now it's just hit a wave 5 high, so this is literally, let's see what it does. It actually, when I put it on the chart, was down here at just wave 4 low, but it just hit its wave 5 high. So now we need to see what it does. Could it still go up? Of course it could. Merrill Lynch once said that there's rule number one, a stock can always go higher. Rule number two is a stock can always go lower. We're talking about it already hit the target. AESE. What'd it do? Got some volume and then it pulled back. These were scanners hits first thing this morning. Earnings transcripts, calls. Yeah, well, it did run up, but it dropped like a brick. I don't know, we'll leave it on the watch list, see what it does. And now it's fallen off. PTPI. So run up, pull back. Right now, if you play this with what's left, is 361 to 577. So 361 to 557. That leaves 54% from where we're at to where we're going. 54% right here. Alright guys, that is it for today's watch list. I appreciate you guys watching. Like, share, subscribe. Anything you want to see me curtail, put it in the comments below. Put whatever comments you want below. It doesn't bother me. If you think I'm an asshat, put in there I'm an asshat. I don't care. what I am is pretty good at this, and I give you guys a lot of my time just because I'm trying to help. So, the trolls every now and then get to me, but in reality, the fact is, Elliott Wave works. I've proven it time and time and time and time and time and time and time again. And your ball and flag drawers, I've just never understood the concept and the people that follow those. I mean, Ralph Elliott was an absolute genius. I don't claim to in any way or shape or form have thought out anything that I do. I literally jumped on the shoulders of men like Ralph Elliott and Leonardo Fibonacci. Uh, and I have spent a long time trying to use and master their techniques. I didn't think of it. Not claiming to, but when you got these guys talking about balls and, well, if you draw a flag here and make it go like this and draw some little squiggly lines on it, and we put balls in here because I like balls. Uh, And then, well, if the stock is here, if the stock goes above this line, the stock will go above that line. But if the stock stays below this line, well, then the stock will be below that line. That is literally what these assholes are saying. They just don't say it that way. But listen to the way they talk. Sit there and break it down seriously. Listen to, well, could it go up? Yeah, it might. Or, could it go down? Yeah, it might. And nobody really knows. And horseshit. Elliott Wave knows. We do not play stocks that are in overall Elliott downtrends because then you get caught. You can't cost average them and get out of them later. I have held stocks for as much as 160 days to break even, and that is no loss. And when these guys are like, well, you know, I'm going to do a 3-to-1 risk reward. No, your risk. I mean, that's. Oh, just don't do it. Just don't do it. The big boys, your hedge fund managers and all that, they do not stop loss, cost averaging. So anyway, enough with the lectures. If you guys are interested in joining me in Discord or just getting this video the minute that it's released, click the link below. That'll take you to the Fiverr gig. Fiverr protects us both. Remember, as always, I am not a professional financial advisor. Everything in this video was my opinion, and none of it was advice to buy, sell, or hold a stock. It is literally just my opinion. I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you make $1 million today. Good luck.